I want to speak about a lot of different ideas about Purim, and if you pay good attention, quiet your phones and everything else, I guarantee you, you're going to get some cool insights into Purim you probably never heard before, okay? So let's start with this. Our host, Howard Tzvi, he got for us over there some hamantashen, yeah? And everybody knows it's a customary food to eat on Purim, is to get some hamantashen. You know, you could fill it whatever you want. Some people like prunes, some like jelly, some like chocolate, whatever you like. But that's what you get. You get hamantashen. So what is a hamantashen? What is this about? Where does hamantashen come from? What's the idea? So many people know that Haman is Haman, the bad guy in the Purim story. Many people know that. So a lot of people say hamantashen, tash can mean, let's say, a hat, and maybe Haman had a hat that had like 3 corners or a triangle. So maybe it's kind of like to symbolize that. That's one approach, but I'm not here to tell you tonight's stuff. You probably heard it 10 times before. So I'll tell you a different angle. In Yiddish, the word tash can mean a pocket, yeah? The word tash can mean a pocket. Like you have a pocket in your pants, a pocket. Tash could be a pocket. So what does that mean, Haman? Tashin. Haman, pocket, pockets. What does Haman in his pockets have anything to do with the holiday? What does it have to do with our holiday? It's a good question. Another question you could ask is, everybody knows, pretty much everybody does know or should know, that Purim is probably the most fun, happy holiday in the entire year. Yes or no? Purim's fun. Purim's happy. You had to come up with a word to explain what is Purim. Probably say happy, happiness, simcha, joy. That's probably Purim. Yeah? It's not somber. Joy, happy. So maybe, what does that have to do with anything? And somehow, hamantashen have anything to do with that? So listen to an answer that I saw brought down in the Svarim. The Torah commentary says it's very interesting. If you look at the Purim story carefully, if you know the story, you know that Haman was a really bizarre character. On one hand, he was probably the second most powerful, influential, well-connected person in the entire world. Haman had almost everything. Can you imagine what that would be like to be the second most powerful, influential, wealthy person in the entire world? That's pretty high up there. But if you read the Megillah, you'll see that Haman was an absolutely miserable, unhappy person. Did you know that? Haman was a misery to be around. Now, I can promise you, I'm already a pretty happy guy. Make me the second wealthiest person in the world, and I'll do a lot of mitzvahs with that money. I'll be very happy, even happier than today, if such a thing could be. Okay? But he was a misery. Why was he a misery? He was a misery. The Torah says he was a misery because that there was one Jew in the world, one Jew, Mordechai, who wouldn't give him respect, wouldn't give him honor. You hear? One Jew in the world wouldn't pay attention to this guy and wouldn't treat him the way he wanted. And because of that, he says in the Megillah, all of this that I have is like nothing to me. It's meaningless. So you think this guy's mentally ill. You know, if you have that much, and one person who happens to be from a minority doesn't respect you, look up to you, you're going to be miserable. What's the matter with you? Who cares about it? It's like a mosquito. Well, you're going to pay attention? What's that about? So listen to this, and it's a tremendous insight into what is the concept of simcha, happiness on Purim, and what does this have to do with hamantashen? Listen to this. Haman and tashen, some want to say as follows, because the way it goes is like this. In life, the Torah says you have to learn how to generate your own feelings of self-esteem. You have to feel good about yourself as a Jew and as a human being because of who you are and what you do. You're a child of Hashem. You're a child of God. And what other people think of you and how they react to you and how they respond to you, it's nice if people like you. It's nicer if you have more friends than less. People respect you more than less. That's all good. It's nice and fine. And what kind of normal person would want to be disliked? That's not normal. But the real truth of the matter is that we have to learn as human beings to be able to experience joy and happiness and feel good about ourselves irrespective of the affirmations that come to us from the outside. You hear what I'm saying? So what happens when your feelings of feeling good about yourself are contingent upon somebody else liking you, admiring you, respecting you, complimenting you, kissing up to you, anything in between? You know what happens? You're always in their pocket. You hear me? Listen well what I'm saying. I'm going to repeat it. If I will only feel good if you like me, or if you compliment me, or you look at me in a certain way, that's what I perceive. You own me. You own me. You absolutely would own me. You know why? I'm in your pocket. Because I need your kavod, your acknowledgement, your honor and recognition to feel good about myself on a daily basis. Now, we all know, at least intellectually, that's a sick way to live. But sadly, too many people out there in contemporary society, hopefully nobody in this room, but is plagued with this malady, that we don't feel good about ourselves on a daily basis because we're waiting for other people out there to give us the affirmations we want. So what's the story? Why is it called Haman Tashin? So someone explain a beautiful answer. It's because the Jewish people had Haman in their Tashin. We had Haman in our pockets, yeah? Because as long as there was one Jew out there, one person out there that didn't respect him, he didn't feel good about himself. And so Purim is a time of year when we work on the Indian, the concept to focus on trying to work on happiness, internalize what is true joy, what is true simcha, that's something we have to work on. And when it's something we come to work on, come this time of year, we have to know with a crystal clear clarity that we have to develop healthy feelings towards ourselves, that it doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter to us what everybody else thinks or doesn't think. We have to feel good because we do what we're supposed to, and we feel good about ourselves. And I'll tell you something very straight. I mean, I'm just going to be blunt. You know, a lot of people having nice beer, wine. You know, I've just been drinking a bottle of water. But I'm going to tell you the truth. All confessions, I need no l'chaim to tell you the truth. I'm meeting a lot of new people tonight, many of whom never heard me say a Torah class before. I hope you find what I'm saying interesting. If not, it's not going to affect my feelings at all. I'm fine. I'm going home tonight. I still feel just as good, you know. People sometimes say, thank you, Rabbi Bregman. I love the class. I say, thank you. And I'm happy because I want people to enjoy Limud Torah study. But if you don't, it's okay. I'm just going to be just fine tonight. You can't touch me. You understand what I'm saying? I feel good about who I am because I measure my feelings of self-worth vis-a-vis a standard that I can control. What's a standard I can control? Extent to which I fulfill what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants of me, what God wants of me. And if I'm able to do that, then I think I'm fulfilling my potential, and you know what? I'm fine. You like me? I like you. I like you. I hope you like me back. But if you don't, you don't. Life is going to be fine. Okay? So that's the first thing I wanted to speak about tonight. Haman, Tashin, and working on what is true happiness. Because remember now, you'll never be a person who's truly besimcha happy as long as you're dependent on somebody else. I'll tell you one last thing, and I think it's pretty sad. There's some people, they post things, for example, on like Facebook, and they check every 5 minutes to see did somebody like it. Like you put a picture of your socks up there, okay? And your cat, that's also called socks, you know? Your socks playing with my socks, you know? And like how many people like it? And like, oh, I feel good because they say yes. And no. How about you do something worthwhile? You know what I'm saying? People appreciate it, yes. If not, they're sick. Okay, so whatever, you know? Something that Baron